Deadpool 2 dropped earlier this week, and it was amazing. And as you can read from the title, yes, we are talking about post-credit scenes, which means spoilers. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, make sure you do. It's that good. And yes, there are 5 post-credit scenes after the movie, which I guess we can say goes very well with the character of Deadpool being an extreme one. And it seems that the directors wanted Deadpool 2 to be the most Deadpool-esque that they could. Number 1. Teenage Warhead does some fixing. In the first post-credit scene, we see Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who is played by Brianna Hildebrand, working on Cable's time travel device, making it operational once again. If you see the film, you'd know that the charges are used up during the movie. And in the background, we see Yukio, played by Shioli Kutsuna, who's looking on. Negasonic then gives the device to Deadpool. After he leaves the area, both Negasonic and Yukio say that maybe it wasn't such a good idea to give him the device. This then sets up the 4 remaining post-credit scenes by showing what changes Deadpool is going to be making to the timeline within the movie. And let's just say, he does it in a very Deadpool way.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Number 2. Deadpool's Bullseye. The next scene then shows Deadpool going back to the moment that Morena Baccarin's Vanessa was killed. Early in the movie, we see a hired killer who shows up at the couple's door. Hilariously, Deadpool tries to kill him by throwing a cream cheese spreader at him, but unfortunately he misses, and the killer ends up shooting and killing Vanessa in the process. Now, when Deadpool goes back in time, instead of missing the killer, he hits him right in between the eyes. Get it? Bullseye? Okay, you get the idea. This decision apparently saves Vanessa's life, and the writers of Deadpool 2, who are Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, confirmed this during an AMA on Reddit, where it was asked if this post-credit scene was actually canon. In response, they said, yes, the after-credit scene is canon. Now, don't expect that device to stick around beyond this movie though. So I guess we're just going to hope and see that what Deadpool has done carries on. And does this mean Deadpool 3 is confirmed? I guess we're just gonna have to wait and find out. Number 3. Peter Lives. Now, earlier in the film, Peter, who's the generic guy who joins without superpowers just because it's something better for him to do, gets killed along with most members of X-Force. However, Deadpool uses the time device to stop Peter from making a fatal mistake, which then saves his life. That then means that in this current timeline at least, Peter lives. And it can also be assumed that, at least off-screen, Deadpool possibly saved other members of X-Force as well. Number 4. Deadpool kills Deadpool. Now, if you haven't seen X-Men Origins Wolverine, you definitely should. It's that bad. So bad, in fact, that Ryan Reynolds, in interviews, has stated multiple times about how bad his performance and the film in general was. And hilariously, Deadpool shows up at the end of X-Men Origins Wolverine. This is the scene near the end of the movie where Wolverine is reintroduced to Deadpool, who looks very different from his comic book counterpart. The one where he has his mouth shut and the blade for hands. Yeah. I think you all remember that pretty vividly. The scene continues to play out as it did in Origins. Our version of Deadpool casually shoots the original Deadpool from the 2009 movie, apparently killing him in the process. And to induce more giggles, he continues to shoot him a few more times just for good measure, saying, just cleaning up the timeline. Number 5. Oh, Canada. Now, the last post-credits scene might just be the very best one. It cuts to a scene of Ryan Reynolds, who plays Deadpool, looking at the script for one of his earlier films, Green Lantern. And optimistically, he looks at it saying, finally hit the big league, kid. Now, before he has a chance to really bask in the glory that is this script, Deadpool shows up and shoots him in the head. And in a hilarious last remark, Deadpool says, "You're welcome, Canada." Now, this is a reference to the Green Lantern movie that came out in 2011. And it was also Ryan Reynolds' last superhero movie before Deadpool. Remember that he also starred in Blade as that really ripped dude that everyone's come to know him as. Now, to say Green Lantern is largely considered a disappointment both financially and critically is a bit of an understatement. In an era where comic book movies have reached the heights of The Dark Knight and Iron Man, Green Lantern felt like a dry, run-of-the-mill cash grab with little character development and an X on Ryan Reynolds' career. This final Deadpool 2 scene was the movie's way of acknowledging Green Lantern as a bad choice at the time and moving on from it. And it seems to have offered a bit of an emotional release for Ryan Reynolds as well, and it is fantastic. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then smash that subscribe button. And leave us a comment below if there's anything else you want to see from our future Marvel videos.